Good afternoon. I'm Willie here with a person who is part of PD Defense. Names are not necessary. So how you doing today? It's a pleasure to see you again.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, so first, we like to say your introduction or how involved you were in coming to participatory defense. Can you just elaborate just briefly on that?
Yes, I was a member of Life After Release, so I did a lot of boots to the ground work with the organization. And of course, it comes full circle. When you help and you need help, the help is there, and it was so happened to be there for me this time by way of participatory defense.
Okay, so you were aware of the great work that participatory defense does for
Yes, very much aware, yes.
Good. Okay, so briefly, if you can, just talk about your ordeal, what led you to in need of PD, participatory defense.
In 2016, I caught a charge. It was theft over $100,000, but under $1 million. I served some time in the Maryland State Penitentiary for Women.
Yes.
I was released on parole. So upon my release, which was in maybe 2018-ish, I was on parole and probation. I filed a motion to be excluded from the financial obligation of paying for the parole and probation supervision fee because of the financial hardship. I'm just getting out of prison. I don't have a steady job, blah, blah, blah. That petition went unanswered. I wasn't paying it because I thought that I wasn't supposed to pay. I filed a petition, I didn't get a response, and maybe in my mind, everything is all good. Well, apparently not. So I owe the state $30,000, and because of that, they wanted to violate my parole and my probation, which would have meant that I had to serve all my backup time, and that was 28 and a half years. So I ran. I did not walk. I ran to participatory defense because I need help. I cannot go to court alone. I can't go to court unaware completely of what my rights are, as well as what the court's responsibilities are to me. I also emotionally felt like I needed support from Life After Release became my family. So from my family and my friends and whoever else I had supported in the past, there were so many reasons why I came to participatory defense for help for my case. Most importantly, because I wanted to understand completely what could possibly happen and what I myself, as well as community, could do about the worst actually happening to me.
So you felt participatory defense was competent enough to give you those type of answers and assistance, because from what I'm hearing, we not only help you with PD defense or participatory defense, also court support, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I definitely felt like the participatory defense team was qualified to help me in research for, again, what the out could possibly be and not have to actually serve the 28 and a half, excuse me. I also know, that when the community shows up in the court, the court can't do what it feels like doing. It has to do what is just. So I felt like it was very important that I asked the community of my peers to please show up for me so that no injustices happen.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure I got a fair shot, but I definitely felt like the core team members of the participatory defense were qualified to help me.
So if you can, just expound briefly on how important you think court support is in matters like these.
I'm gonna start simply by saying the old saying, 2 heads are always better than one. Sometimes you think you know, but you really have no idea. So when you're dealing with a group of people who not only have walked in the same shoes you're currently walking in and have gotten a positive outcome, that's a plus. You're dealing with people who dedicate a very large amount of their time to the research and finding resources to help you with specifically what you need. That's always a positive outcome. You also have a group of people who are volunteering their time to walk you through the process, whether it be filing paper or writing a letter or having a group of community members write letters about who your character is and what you mean to the community, and how the community could possibly be hurt by having you removed from the community. All of that is important. Participatory defense, I feel like, is also very important to help humanize you in front of the court. And these are all the things that you can't do in a silo by yourself.
Mm-hmm. So how important was it to have people in the courtroom who cared about your situation? What kind of impact did that have on you and you believe with the judge? And
I think the impact from having the court packed for me was tantamount to anything that I could have said or an attorney could have said, simply because I feel like, in hindsight, I feel like the judge kind of sort of had read my case and kind of felt like, you know what, I'm just going to sheen pay, or whatever else was going on. I'm just going to give it a backup time so we can just close the case and get it over with. Mm-hmm. But not only were there a lot of people sitting in the court who were emotionally charged up by what was possibly going to happen to me, but there were so many people, you were definitely one, who spoke eloquently on my behalf. And for me, the judge aside, it really helped me see what I mean to other people. Like, I'm not just a criminal case number. I'm not just a fuck up who's out here just doing wild shit. Like, I really am a person, and I mean something to somebody. By you and Kiana and everybody else who stood up and said something on my behalf, I think that it was mind-changing for the judge, because in his mind, he was just what I described myself to be. I'm another case number. I am a criminal. I have continuously and habitually committed crimes, and I just need to be in jail 28 years. By the time that time is up, you'll be too old to do anything else, and let's just close it up. I think he really saw that I am a member of a community, right? That I am a person who is important to all of the people who sat in the pews to see about me. And I also too felt like he knew, once he saw everybody show up for me, that I can't just close the book and say, girl, fuck you. I really have to give this some thought. I really have to try to balance the book and really, make this absolutely right. I can't just throw you in the trash and let it go, because all of these people will have something to say or have a feeling about it. So that it definitely, for me, court support to me was life or death in my case. And by the grace of my community members, you and everybody else, I was able to walk free and not be shackled up like a dog, going back to prison for 28 years.
So moving forward, have you or will you ever consider recommending anyone for participatory defense?
Absolutely, I do it all the time. Yes.
Okay. So you have recommended people to come to
yes,
and you will continue to recommend.
And will continue to. I really feel like this is really no bullshit. I really feel like this approach to court is the only way to get success, unless you have millions of dollars to throw at an attorney. Mm-hmm. This is the absolute only way for the regular everyday person to get the outcome that they are supposed to have, which is a fair outcome. This is the only way you're gonna get it, is if you do it with your community and they're involved from the inception all the way until the end of your case.
So in closing, do you have any other words that you want to give to our audience about life after release, participatory defense, or anything like that, jail support, court support?
Support it. I really feel like if you got an hour every week that you could give up, I'm not going to say give up, offer, because that's the wrong way to say it. If you have an hour to offer somebody or to the conglomerate, that 1 hour of you, I don't know, doing a little bit of Google researching, maybe typing a letter or two on somebody else's behalf, that 1 hour that you spend not doing anything else good with your time could definitely be the difference between somebody being removed from the community for a long period of time or being able to walk free. And you never know when you're going to need help. Like, sometimes we feel like we don't have anything worthwhile to offer, and your presence is just it. If you work from home and you can take an hour or two out of your schedule and sit in court and make sure that the judges are doing what is fair and correct, do it. Because again, this could be you. Everybody is a rolling stoplight away from catching a charge. So I would definitely recommend that you support however you can show up to support. That's what I would recommend.
Yeah, it was definitely pleasure seeing you again.
Thank you.
Keep up your good work too as well, all right?
Trying my best.
Once again, thank you guys for viewing in. Hope you can see more content.
All right. Ooh.